Right now, you people are looking at two different countries fighting with the same country, that's Iran. Now, here we have a question that why do US is busy in fighting Iran and why is Israel busy in fighting Iran? And secondly, here I would be answering each sort of the meme that says that why other seven prime ministers in US has always denied having a war with Iran, but Trump made that mistake. So let's begin with it. In the very first case, a very warm welcome back to everyone to my channel named as Rahima Shah. And today we would be discussing a very different sort of political issue that has never been discussed on my channel or any other channel. I've also watched that. So I'll try to take the things from really very beginning so that we could understand that what is the bone of connection between all three countries and why are they fighting. The entire story is quite old, but we'll start it from 1940. During the World War II, after the World War II ended, Russia and British invaded Iran, and they were the one who kicked the previous ruler, and he made a new ruler inside the Iran, that was King Muhammad Reza Shah Pahlavi from 1941 to 1971. And the major reason of kicking the previous king was that he was with Germany. He wanted to have a friendly relationship with the country named as Germany, whereas Britishers didn't wanted it. So as the Russian. So they changed the entire government. Moving ahead to it, in 1951, there was a different prime minister that came into the leadership, that is Mossad, and he was the one who did something really against the rule of the Britisher. What did he do? That he took the entire oil resources and he nationalized the entire oil resources, unlike the previous king, that is King Muhammad Reza Shah Pahlavi. So he nationalized the oil and he was the one who was working for the people of Iran with the resources that Iran already had. This is something that was against the will of the Russia and Iran. So what did they do? That in 1953 he removed his government and they came back with the previous one, that is King Muhammad Reza Shah Pahlavi, as a leader. Now what was Reza Shah doing? In the very first case, there were too many different opinions about him, but we'll talk about the facts. That what was he doing? In the very first case, he was promoting the Western culture inside the Iran. Iran has always been a Muslim populated country, and Islam has always been the power over there. But Reza was doing that. He continued to have a Western culture inside the Iran. He promoted it. He not only promoted it up to his own household, but he promoted it entirely in the entire country. Then what did he do? His economic strategy was really very bad. The poor at that time were getting the poor, and the richer were getting even more rich. So this was the strategy that he was using. Moreover, there was intense corruption and family rich attitude that was being served inside Iran, where the people were not being questioned over the unhealthy thing or corrupted things that they were doing. And lastly, there were multiple protested. It is recorded that in 1978 there was a Black Friday army on September 8th, in which the army shot 88 to 4,000 government versus witness court people, and due to which the entire structure of Reza was entirely collapsed. And this was the reason that there came another regime and other power, that was Khamenei. Khamenei was the one who wanted to promote the Islamic way of living according to the will of the people. So after that, Reza flew from Iran and he was the one that left Iran and go and took refuge in the Britishers. Now in Iran, Khamenei was the one who basically united the people of Iran using the power of their religion. He was the one. He had a referendum in Iran after he came into the power, after he came the prime minister over there. He had a referendum that if you want to live your life as a Western culture or according to the will of the Islam, 89% people of the Iran continued that they want to live their life according to the principles of Islam. This was the biggest part that Khamenei used in his regime. This was the biggest part that he used in order to bring a regime, what do we call it, regime opposition or a complete regime change. This was the one that he didn't use any sort of weapon, he didn't use any sort of uh, dirty politics. Rather, he used the strength of the people that the people were striving for, and he took a question out of it, due to which almost 89% of the people answered that wanted to live their life according to the Islamic principles. That was somewhere that the people not only made Khamenei as a leader, as a prime minister, political leader, but they also consider him as an Islamic leader. They also consider him as a person who could be trusted, who could be, he was very all-rounder in almost all of the field, in education, in spirituality, in political structuring. So this is something that made a really very positive point out of the Khamenei. Now, Khamenei, along with the entire public of Iran, was working for the benefit of the people of Iran, for the benefit of the people of Islam, and for the benefit of his own nation. He was not working for the British like Prince Raza previously. He was not working for anything else but for his own people. At that point, there were really very collective reasons due to which US became the enemy of Iran. In the very first case, US was the one who wanted to consume almost all the resources of Iran for his own benefit instead of giving it to the people of Iran or for working for the beneficence of the people of Iran. In the very first case. Secondly, Iran and Iraq had a war in 1980, and America was the one who had a really very friendly relationship and who was the one who facilitated Iraq in that war. In the very third case, USA is a very good friend of Israel. Everyone knows it. And Israel do not want Iran to live. So these are the three main reasons, and along with that, there is a really very fake propaganda. I believe that is about the nuclear power. They said that Iran should not have nuclear power, but I have a question that if every other country is having it, if China has it, Russia has it, USA, Israel itself has it, who is the biggest genocide in striving inside the all entire world, if it can have it, then why can't Iran have that nuclear power? So the fourth reason that came out to be is that Iran cannot have nuclear proliferation. Iran cannot have nuclear power. Iran cannot make a nuclear bomb. That's a question that why can't Iran? They say that Iran cannot make nuclear power only because the people of Iran cannot handle it. But I have a question that is Israel is capable enough to handle that nuclear power, where it is having genocide over entire world around it, Libya, uh, um, almost all the country around it, Syria, Egypt, everything is just getting disturbed only because of the Israel. But Israel can have that nuclear power, not Iran, that just want to have it for their own sovereignty of the country. By the way, forget that. That's a pretty longer debate. So these are the four major reasons due to which USA is a complete enemy of Iran. Now moving ahead to the fact that why is Israel the enemy of Iran? Israel being an enemy of Iran is not something that is related to the political, psychological, or any other domain, but religious domain. Israel is the one that want to make a greater Israel. You believe it or not, the army of the Israel has the map of greater Israel on the arm of the uniform. Everyone have it, the imprinted form. You believe it or not believe it. They're gonna make a greater Israel today, not tomorrow. They're planning to make it, right? So for that they need to invade the area of the the Israel surrounding it. That includes Palestine, that includes an area of Syria, that includes the area of Egypt, that includes the area of Saudi Arabia as well. So they wanted to make a greater Israel for the religious perspective. They believe that when they'll make a greater Israel, they'll have their entire rule over the entire world, and they can rule the entire world by making a greater Israel. This is the reason that they want to make a greater Israel. And moreover that they believe that if they'll make greater Israel, one of the leaders, they believe that's the jar that would come to them in order to make their entire rule of the Jews on entire world. So this is their plan. So Iran is the biggest bone of connection at that point. Iran, they believe that until and unless Iran is there, they cannot make greater Israel, because Iran would allow Israel to have an attack over the other Muslim countries. Most probably the most secret place of the Muslims, that's Mecca and Medina. So this is the reason that Iran says that the Israel says that he do not want Iran in this region. Israel has been trying from last 30 years. Benjamin Netanyahu has been trying for last 30 years in order to convince different sort of American president to help him to invade Iran. But all the seven presidents previously had never tried to have a war with Iran, because they truly believe that Iran is not something really very easy to go with. They completely think that having a war with Iran can completely destroy them. But at that point, maybe I would say that Trump was so dumb enough to not to consider the examples of the previous president, that why didn't they have the war with Iran. Today Trump having the war with Iran has only created trouble for himself and for his country, nothing else. It has created a scarcity of food for the entire world. It has created the scarcity of petroleum for the entire world. It has created the scarcity of other resources and connection for the entire world. But Israel didn't understand it. Sorry, the USA didn't understand it previously, and now they are bearing the consequences. Whereas, so Israel want to destroy Iran in order to build up his own image, and Israel want to invade other countries in order to make greater Israel. You people can deny it one way or another, but go and see the uniforms of the people of the Israel army. They have the map of greater Israel on the uniform arm that they're wearing. And Iran is the biggest rivalry in that case. And there, most of the people believe that Pakistan is also this second bone of connotation for Israel, that they want to destroy Pakistan as well after Iran. But at this point, they believe that Iran is the biggest an enemy of Israel at this point, and they won't allow Israel to have their control over the entire world. Secondly, there are many other countries who are supporting Iran only because they are rivals of US and Israel. There comes the name of China, Russia, Korea. So they are supporting Iran. They are not supporting Iran with the help of militaries, with the help of different sort of other resources, but they are supporting Iran with their votes. Secondly, they are supporting Iran on media, and in the third case, they are also supporting Iran in by providing them with a bit of resources, a really very bit of resources. As if like that you people have heard really very recently that Iran said that any plane, any ship can have their oil from the Strait of Hormuz only if the payment of the oil has been done in yen. That's a Chinese currency. So China is supporting Iran in one way or another, whereas Iran is providing it a international validation for its currency. So this is something that they are supporting one another for. And it is one of the biggest rule of the war that if you want to win the war, do not have it in your country. You'll win it either way. So this is something that the people are doing with Iran. But I strongly believe that the way Iran is playing right now, I believe that it would be really very hard for US and Israel in order to invade Iran. And Iran has proved it that it is not really very easy. Iran is not like Afghanistan or Iraq. They won't be able to invade Iran in any way possible at this point. So this is it for it. I hope so that the people would have got the point that what is the real bone of connotation between all of these three countries and why they're fighting with one another. And if you want to have any other information, do let me know inside the comments and we would be going with that. Thank you. At last, I would say that don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe my channel. Let's meet in another video.